a totally surreal moment. This is, so many good friends here. This is going to be such a fun event. I've been working on a book. Some of you may not know this, but I've been working on a book for the last 3 years, and it's called Geek to Guitar Hero, and it came out this week. And I'm really excited. I have some really good friends that I'm going to be bringing up in various collaborations, and I'll be reading from the book throughout the night. And the book is for sale right over here with this lady right there. And there's so many people to thank, but I will get to that later. I'm going to start with a quick reading from the book. I've never done this before, but I'll just talk about the book for a second. I grew up in Berkeley, California, which is a very strange place. It's like the whole city is the East Village. And my parents are Ivy League intellectuals, very strict academics. They wanted me to be a strict academic like them. And somewhere along the way I discovered guitar and heavy metal. And it actually all started this one day on a playground, which I will tell you about in a second. So this is chapter 6. It's called Enter the Guitar. And this takes place when I'm about 9 years old. My mother had forgotten to turn on the coffee, quickly drawing the wrath of my father. A dramatic screaming match ensued. I started crying. Just then there was a knock at the door. It was our neighbor letting us know my carpool to school had arrived. "Time for school, kid," my father said, as if nothing had happened. Noticing a tiny Oakland A's baseball cap lying nearby, he took it and roughly stuck it on my head. With the sensitivity of a grizzly bear, he patted me on the back, saying I looked like a champ. Then he shoved me out the door and into a trap he'd unwittingly placed me in. I remember nothing else about that day except the constant ridicule from the grown-ups. "The hell's the matter with you, kid?" from the other kids. "Are you a goddamn moron or something?" I didn't know what to say. I had no idea why everyone, complete strangers, had a beef with me. It turns out the night before, the Oakland A's had lost the American League Championship to the Boston Red Sox in the most embarrassing performance of all time, losing every game in the series. Before that moment, they'd been defending champions, having won 3 straight World Series, 1972, 1973, 1974. In other words, this was the worst possible day in history of baseball to wear an Oakland A's hat. Being so young and naive, I was unprepared to be an instant target for negative attention from complete strangers. It never occurred to me to take it off. My father had put it on me. I was only 6. Such was my introduction to sports in America and the culture surrounding it. My father should have known better. The social implications of putting this hat on me caused me to immediately develop a fear of strangers and other kids at school. It also caused a negative association with sports in general, giving me less in common with those around me than I already had. As a direct result of this incident, I would avoid activities such as the collecting of baseball cards. But there was one day when I was called over to look at some baseball cards, or so I thought. It turned into a day I'll always remember. 1978, Malcolm X Elementary School. I'm in the 5th grade. It's recess. I'm on the playground where a giant bed of tan bark lies opposite the basketball courts, forming a red island in a sea of concrete. I sit alone playing with a piece of tan bark, watching a small crowd from class gathering by the monkey bars. One of the boys is showing off his new baseball cards. Big deal. Everyone at school is obsessed with baseball cards and sports in general. I don't get it. Just then I see Tom, the kid from up the street. I don't know him well, but he's nice enough. He sees me sitting all alone and waves me over. Oh great, I think to myself. Reluctantly walking there to join the Gawkers. As soon as I get over there, the realization hits me like a fiery explosion. These are not baseball players on these cards. What I see instead are pictures of glittery masked creatures with musical instruments. There are 4 of them. They are all wearing slick, shiny costumes, have black and white faces and giant shoes. One looks like some kind of demon clown, sticking out a tongue that is so long he can't be human, wearing boots that look like gargoyles. He's breathing fire. Another one has a star on his eye, a hairy chest, and the wildest hair I've ever seen, and a cool-looking guitar that appears to be made of cracked mirrors. The third is playing a Les Paul guitar like my brother's, only this one has smoke pouring out of the middle. He's wearing an outfit that looks like he just flew in on a UFO. And the fourth is playing drums on what looks like the biggest drum set in the world. He has a face like a cat, and there's a giant green cloud of smoke next to him. Their names are Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter. There is a picture of all 4 together on a concert stage with lights, fire, smoke, and guitars. Behind them is a giant sign that announces to us just who this is we are looking at. KISS! My life has just changed forever.